Friday. Today, we are going to talk about the hot topics, some questions that came up for me this week. We're going to talk about those, and then we're going to talk about the difference between working with RG Adoption Consulting as a private client versus working with us in the academy. All right, there it is, right there. I don't know. All right, we're going to be talking about all of that today. Hi, I am Rebecca Gruenspan. I am the founder and CEO of RG Adoption Consulting, and I'm so excited to be here. It's another Friday, and I have some cool technology stuff that I'm working on today. I think I told you guys we were at a conference about video content and using some of the bells and whistles that I learned about. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you like what you're hearing, we are going to share a link with you to sign up for a webinar that you can listen to at any time. And in fact, Connie, if you are listening right now, if you could put that in the chat, or at least just Slack it to me, that would be great. And then I'll share that with everybody. Okay. Here we go. I am going to turn off the music and let's start with a couple of questions that we have been getting a lot. The first one, are agencies accepting families with children? And if so, will you get chosen? That's a really good question. And what I'll tell you first and foremost is there are no rules. There is not one size fits all when it comes to adoption. The answer is, of course. Of course, agencies are accepting families with children. At least some of them are. Maybe not all of them. And here's the thing, you guys. Adoption agencies don't want to have so much of one kind of family. They want to have a variety because they work with all sorts of expectant mothers who have their own criteria. You have your criteria and they have their own criteria. So when they come to an agency and say, I would like a family who meets X, Y, and Z, they want to be able to pull from that. So they don't want to have too many families with children. They don't want to have too many single people. They don't want to have only white people. So you catch my drift? They might be open to taking families with children, and they might not. Depends how many families they have on their list and what that list looks like. You will get chosen, though. The question, will we get chosen if we have a family? Absolutely. There are some expectant mothers who would prefer a family with no children. There's so many reasons for that. And we might not know what all the reasons are, but some of the reasons are that an expectant mother who is making this really hard decision to place her baby wants to be sure that this child is going to get all of your attention. She wants them to be spoiled. And with other children in the house, she knows that your attention will be pulled in different directions. So that might be one reason why an expectant mother would choose somebody with no children versus somebody with children. On the other hand, there are plenty of expectant mothers who really do want somebody with children because they never grew up with siblings and they love the idea of their child having siblings. So in that case, of course, you might get chosen. So there's no one size fits all. Agencies are accepting families with children, maybe not all of them, and you will get chosen with the right expectant mom. As I always say, it only takes one, the right one. All right, the next question, and I'm gonna just look really quickly to see who is with me. Okay, we posted in the chat. I'm actually gonna grab that. I'll share that later. Let's see here. If you are here, say hello. I'm getting all these messages here. Say hello. Tell me where you are from. Oh, this is interesting. And this thing that I'm on. All right, let me see what happens here. It's showing me comments from just Facebook user. So do me a favor. If you're watching, can you comment? I want to see what happens here on this screen. Perhaps your comment will show up. Ah, cool. See that though? Facebook user. That I'll have to look into, but good to know. I'm just using this for the first time. So hello from Chicago. All right, I'm going to hide that so that, hello. Oh, I see. Okay. It might have to do with your settings because I see now, Kathy. Kathy said, hello. Hi, Kathy. Isn't that cool? I hope you're doing well today. Kathy, I looked at your profile yesterday. Loved it. You killed it. And I have to tell you, as I was reading over your text, I just fell in love with you. I think you're really cool. All right. Okay, Gina. Hi, Gina. I love it. Kathy says, awesome. So the next question or the next thing that has come up this week, I've presented a lot and I'm not getting picked. You guys, I have families who have presented 40 times. I have families who have presented 1 time. What's the rhyme or reason? I don't know, being at the right place at the right time. First and foremost, you have to have a really excellent profile. Kathy, yours is excellent. Gina, so is yours. I happen to be working with 2 of the people that I see right now on here, but you gotta have a stellar profile. You may have heard me talk about this before. When I first started 8 years ago in this business, almost over 8 years ago, we put together Shutterflies. Oh my God, if you were to see the profile that I put together, I would never get chosen today. It is so like no frills. And Shutterfly worked great for a long time. And listen, it still works fine. However, there are more and more professional profiles out there, professionally designed profiles. And when I say professionally designed, let me be clear that if you're a designer yourself, you probably could make a beautiful book, but you want it to be you want it to be doing what it's meant to be doing. And so an adoption profile designer is the way to go. Hey, Rifki. So having the right profile is key. The other thing that's key is, what are you open to? And what are you saying in your profile? You know, if you're open to all races, are you showing that in your profile? Because if you are and you're being presented to a Black expectant mother and you say you're open, but there's not one Black person in your entire profile, she might not choose you. The other reason you might not get chosen, maybe she's looking for somebody in her area that she knows she can have visits with. Maybe she doesn't want the opposite side. Maybe she doesn't want somebody in her area because she doesn't want to run into them at Target. You just never know. The other thing that is definitely worth mentioning is that there are so many more families right now trying to adopt than I have ever seen. And so some agencies, and this is an important question to ask, are presenting a ton of profiles at one time to an expectant mother. That is so overwhelming to me. And probably for her too. And then there are other agencies who may take all the profiles or may, every agency works different. So one agency may say who wants to present and get 100 profiles, and then they will choose which ones to present her because they know her best. So there's just so many nuances, and you have to know the right questions to ask the agencies to know how they work and to better your chances. And also ask the agency. We have presented so many times. Why aren't we getting chosen? Do you have any feedback for us? They are your friends. They're on your team. Okay. Keep presenting. Change things up if you can, if you haven't already. If you're working with a consultant, ask your consultant for feedback, ask your agency for feedback, anybody that you're working with, your home study provider. People might have suggestions. Sometimes you just need a little shift in energy. That might just mean changing out the front cover of your profile. There are things that we can look at. Okay. One other thing I want to bring up, and then we're going to talk about private versus the academy. And actually, we have 2 academy members I know watching right now, and I would love for you to chime in if you're still around. But one more thing I want to talk about is presenting when I don't fit the criteria. When I don't fit her criteria, is it even worth presenting? And again, there's no hard, fast rules. I would say, yeah, if you think you're a really good fit, yeah, maybe write a letter to her and make those connections and let her see something maybe she hasn't thought about. The other thing worth mentioning is that now, not every agency is going to agree to show your profile if it doesn't meet her criteria, unless they can see a reason why. So you might want to ask your agency, hey, I know I don't meet the exact criteria, but I would love to present. It feels like a good match for me, and this is why. Are you willing to do that? And if so, I absolutely would. And the other thing is, sometimes an expectant mother thinks she knows what she's looking for. And you might be the one single woman out of the entire group of profiles because she wanted a married couple. And she's like, she really just magnetizes to yours. Yours really draws her in. And you're the one that she chooses, to everybody's surprise. And we've seen that happen time and time again. So is it worth presenting? Yeah. If you feel a connection, it is worth presenting. Now, remember a second ago, I said you need to ask questions and know how an agency works. If you know that this agency is going to be presenting this expectant mother 100 different profiles, no, it probably isn't worth it. But if you know there's just a small handful, or even up to 10, I'd say, yeah, I think it is. All right, let's see what I've got here. Going to the chat. We have somebody from Namibia, Africa on here. Hello in Namibia. I've actually been there. It's beautiful. Let's see here. Gina says, of course, also anyone can reach out to me to ask about the academy anytime. I'm always available. Thank you, Gina. We're going to talk about the academy right now. Okay, so we have been getting this question a lot, which is, I've been hearing about this Adoption Roadmap Academy. What is it? And how does it differ from working with you privately? And if you're on our email list, you have seen this. I'm going to, let's see here. I have to find where this is. 1 second, please. I am going to attempt to share my screen here. Here we go. All right. Can everybody see my screen? I hope so. And I'm going to do it this way. All right, here we go. So let me just hide. I'm getting it all together, guys. I'm getting it all together. Let's see, 1 second. Okay, here we go. So there's a lot of differences. First and foremost, when you work with RG Adoption Consulting as a private client, it's like, I call it like the concierge service, right? You have your person at at your fingertips to text, to call, to walk you through things, to vet situations with you, to really be there to support you when you are standing on the edge of a ledge and you need to be talked down. Your consultant will be there. So if you are somebody who knows you have a lot of questions, you just need a lot of hand holding and you want that person there that you can call morning, noon, or night, then working directly privately with a consultant is going to be a great option for you. Now, on the flip side, and by the way, as a consultant, like, we're all up in your business. So we are part of this, your team during this journey. We want to know if something major is happening in your life. Are you still trying fertility options? Are you pregnant? Did somebody get diagnosed, God forbid, with cancer in your family? Did you get stricken with health? Did you lose your job? Did you, and if you are someone who's like, I don't need anyone to know this business until I'm willing to tell it, until I'm good and ready, and I'm just a private person, then the academy is probably better for you, because we want to be able to know what's going on in your life so that we can help you navigate that as it pertains to adoption. And trust me, we have heard it all. We also know that when you disappear, that one of those things is going on about 100% of the time. Something else is going on if all of a sudden you disappear. And it's hard as a consultant because we're trying to deal with a lot of moving parts on your behalf. So there's that piece of it. For both of them, I know that there's a lot of people, you're not probably one of them, but who are not on Facebook, okay? Or if you're tuning in from YouTube or Instagram or one of those other ones, and that's what you prefer, that's awesome. Facebook is your friend during the adoption journey. There's just all the groups are on there. All the support is on there. That's where we do a lot of our teaching. That's where we have our community. So whether you're in the academy or working with us private, I really highly recommend you tap into Facebook, but it's way more important as you're working with us privately than it is in the academy. In the academy, you can really do your own thing at your own pace. When you're working with us privately, we are going to push you along. We're kind of on this timeline that we're working with. And so you have time constraints to get each step done. So if that's something, if you're not in a big hurry, or if you just, things feel too fast for you, then you're going to want to do academy. The academy is, you get the same adoption roadmap. It's a 4-step proprietary process that we have put together that walks you through every single step of the process. You get that whether you're in the academy or you're a private client, okay? The difference is, in the academy, you're getting it over a computer. You're getting me doing videos and presentations and PDFs and activity sheets versus us walking you through it. Maybe you'll get some of that also as a private, but then we talk it through. Whereas as an academy student, if you have questions, typically you would go to the Facebook group for those answers. So it's way more support, one-on-one support. Working with us, going through this list here. Obviously, working with us privately is more expensive than going through the academy. There's a wait list almost all the time when you work with us privately, whereas with the academy, you could get started today, literally. And actually, let me show you how. One of the things you can do, let's see how this works. All right, so that's the link. Right now we have this webinar or masterclass, and you can get to it here. And in that webinar, we're going to dive way deeper as to what the Academy is all about. But also, I'm going to be talking about 3 strategies or 3 things you really need to know about adopting, especially during this pandemic that seems to never be ending. So you will learn a ton, even if you don't sign up for the Academy or working with us at all. That's totally fine. You will learn a lot in this webinar. So grab that link and go sign up. Okay. We talked a little bit about Facebook. In the Academy, you get 6 months in our Facebook group versus as a private client. You know that song, Hotel California, when they say, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. You know that part? Well, that's kind of like what it's like in our community once you're a private client in our community. Now, you have, let's put that back up. Gina said, oh, I loved your webinar. Yes, it was chock full of lots of great information. So that's what it's like. When you're in our community as a private client, you are a lifer. You can check out, you can sign off, but you're always going to be part of our community. And what's great about that is we're constantly educating inside of our community. And we do a lot of post-adoption education as well. And beyond the education, people really connect and are just a great, great resource for each other. People share ideas for gifts and how to connect during the holidays with your expectant parents, or maybe something is going wrong with that relationship and how have other people navigated it. It's been an amazing resource for families. So in the Academy, you get 6 months in there. If you decide you too would like to be a lifer, you can do that. We offer that at a small monthly or yearly fee. Okay. I talked about the timeline a little bit, going at your own pace versus limited time. Also with our agreement, when you work with us privately, that agreement ends once you adopt. So if you want to adopt again, you would have to sign up again at a lower fee, but you'd have to sign up again. Versus the Academy, if you decide to adopt for number 2, you can do the Academy all over again. Now, you're not going to get certain things like you only get a list of agencies once, but you can go through that process all over again. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Let's see, what else? Gina said, the community is the best. I have 2 friends for life now. Hope they know that. Excuse me, Gina, I'm offended. Where's my name in that? Oh, that's right. You're in the community. So you're in there. Cool. I love it. All right. Well, that's all I've got for you today. So I hope you like my new setup here, and I hope it's working because I really have no idea. But if you do, give me a thumbs up in the comments. If you're somebody that has been following me for a while and you're like, whoa, what's this? I see all these bells and whistles. Let me know how you like it. And here, look, I got this other one here. Look at that. Look at that. Let me know how you like it. And every week I'm going to be kind of talking about different questions and different topics that have come up that week within our community, things I've seen on Facebook. You are welcome to send me questions and I'll cover it in a topic on a Friday Live. But I always come on every Friday at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That might be for 10 minutes. It might be for 30 minutes. I just talk. You know, it's all up here. If you have any questions for me, always let me know. In the meantime, don't veer too far off your roadmap. Stay the course. I'd love to be your guide. If I can help you at all, let me know. I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.